Genoa City has always thrived on rivalry, family feuds, and power plays that shake the lives of its most powerful citizens. At the heart of it all stand two titans, Jack Abbott and Victor Newman. Their decades-long feud has been a bedrock of the young and the restless, with betrayals, business wars, and deeply personal vendettas coloring every chapter of their complicated history. But this week's spoilers reveal a storyline that will have viewers' jaws on the floor. Jack Abbott shocks everyone by proposing an alliance with his sworn nemesis, Victor Newman. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. For longtime fans, this isn't just a twist, it's a cataclysmic shakeup that forces Genoa City to rethink where loyalties lie and what might happen if these legendary enemies actually joined forces. But what would drive Jack to such a desperate proposition? Why would Victor even consider aligning himself with a man he's spent a lifetime outmaneuvering? And what ripple effects could this have on the families, businesses, and romances that circle them both? Let's dive into the drama. A feud written in stone. Before we unravel the shocking alliance, it's important to remember the depth of animosity between Jack and Victor. The Abbott versus Newman war. Jabot Cosmetics and Newman Enterprises have been locked in a decades-long battle, each trying to undercut the other's success. Jack's loyalty to his family's company and Victor's relentless desire to dominate every industry have made them natural enemies. Personal betrayals. The feud has often spilled into personal territory. Victor and Jack have clashed over women, most notably Nikki Newman and Phyllis Summers. Their affairs, manipulations, and betrayals left scars that never healed. Family collateral damage. Their war has dragged children, siblings, and even friends into the fire. Kyle Abbott, Nick Newman, Victoria, and Ashley Abbott have all been pawns in their endless chess game. Fans know one thing for certain: Jack and Victor do not trust each other. Which makes this proposed alliance all the more intriguing. Why Jack Abbott needs Victor now? The spoilers tease that Jack makes the first move, a shocking development in itself, since Jack's pride often keeps him from reaching across enemy lines. So what could drive him into Victor's lair, hat in hand, asking for cooperation instead of combat? A new common enemy. Genoa City has no shortage of ambitious players waiting for their chance to topple the old guard. Audra Charles is making waves with her cunning and determination to rise in the corporate ranks. Meanwhile, Adam Newman's unpredictable nature continues to destabilize Victor's empire. Could a newcomer, or even a family betrayer, become such a threat that Jack realizes he and Victor are stronger together than apart? Protecting the Abbotts. Jack's recent struggles with Diane Jenkins and the complicated dynamics at Jabot have left him on edge. With Kyle's loyalties wavering and Ashley Abbott battling her own demons, Jack may fear that the Abbott family empire is vulnerable. Aligning with Victor might be a desperate measure to shield Jabot from outsiders eager to exploit those cracks. Jack's love for Nikki. Jack has never hidden his soft spot for Nikki Newman. As Nikki continues her struggle with sobriety and faces threats from Victor's enemies, Jack might step up, not just as her friend, but as her protector. Teaming with Victor could be Jack's way of showing Nikki that he's willing to put the past aside for her sake. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Victor Newman's calculated response. Victor Newman isn't a man easily surprised, but Jack's proposal could knock even the mustache off balance. Victor has spent his life proving that he doesn't need allies. He creates them, manipulates them, or destroys them when they've served their purpose. So why would he even consider teaming with Jack? The businessman's eye. If Victor sees profit or strategic advantage in working with Jack, he might swallow his pride. After all, Newman Enterprises didn't grow into a juggernaut without Victor's ability to pivot when necessary. Family first. Despite his ruthless streak, Victor's soft spot is always his family. If this alliance could protect Nikki, Victoria, Nick, or even Adam, depending on the day, Victor may grit his teeth and agree. Outmaneuvering the threat. Victor thrives on competition. If a new player threatens both Newman Enterprises and Jabot, Victor could relish the chance to destroy them with Jack at his side, only to later stab Jack in the back when the dust settles. The shockwaves in Genoa City. A Jack-Victor alliance wouldn't just shake the foundation of Newman Enterprises and Jabot, it would ripple through every family and romance in town. Nikki Newman. Nikki finds herself in the most complicated position of all. Jack is her confidant, a man she's leaned on during her struggles with addiction. But Victor is her husband, the love of her life despite all their ups and downs. Watching Jack and Victor work side by side could unearth old jealousies and blurred boundaries. Will Nikki be forced to choose where her loyalties lie? Kyle Abbott. Kyle has been restless, questioning his place at Genoa and flirting with independence. Learning that his father is working with Victor might push him over the edge. Could Kyle strike out on his own, or worse, align himself with Victor's children to prove he doesn't need Jack's protection? Victoria Newman. Victoria has always fought to prove herself as a powerhouse businesswoman. How will she feel about her father suddenly partnering with Jack Abbott, a man who has repeatedly tried to undermine the Newman empire? Could Victoria plot behind the scenes to sabotage this alliance? Phyllis Summers. Phyllis never stays out of the drama, especially when Jack is involved. Diane Jenkins. Jack's wife has fought tirelessly to regain his trust and cement her place in the Abbott family. But will she support this risky alliance, or will she see it as another one of Jack's reckless gambles? Diane may fear that Victor will use Jack's loyalty as a weapon to destroy them both. The psychological warfare. The beauty of a Jack-Victor alliance isn't just in the business strategy, it's in the psychological chess match that will play out behind the scenes. Jack's perspective. Is he truly ready to trust Victor, or is this alliance just a ploy to buy time and information? Jack's moral compass often sets him apart from Victor, but he's also not above scheming when it comes to protecting his family. Victor's agenda. Victor never makes a move without an ulterior motive. Even if he agrees to this alliance, viewers can bet he's already planning how to twist it to his advantage. Could this be his way of finally destroying Jack from within? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Mutual respect or mutual destruction. For years, these two men have danced on the knife's edge of hatred and grudging admiration. If they truly work together, they may discover they're more alike than they'd like to admit. But can two alpha males share the throne without burning the kingdom down? Possible storyline directions. Spoilers often plant seeds that blossom into sprawling arcs. Here are a few creative directions the show might take this shocking alliance. Corporate merger gone wrong. Jack and Victor might merge forces for a business deal that promises to crush a competitor. But when egos clash, their alliance collapses spectacularly, leaving both Jabot and Newman Enterprises vulnerable. Family betrayals. A Newman or Abbott family member could betray the alliance, selling secrets to the enemy. The fallout would devastate both families and reignite the feud with a vengeance. Romantic fallout. If Nikki and Jack grow closer while Victor is distracted with business, the personal drama could overshadow the corporate one. Imagine the shockwaves if Victor suspects Jack of rekindling his feelings for Nikki under the guise of alliance. A greater villain. Perhaps the most exciting possibility is the emergence of a villain so dangerous that Jack and Victor must truly unite. Whether it's a corporate shark, a returning enemy like Ian Ward, or a new face with ties to both families, the threat could change the landscape of Genoa City forever. Fan reactions, hope or horror. The idea of Jack and Victor working together will divide fans. Hopefuls will see it as a chance for character growth, an evolution of two men who've been locked in the same war for decades. Perhaps the writers are setting up a redemption arc, or at least a temporary ceasefire that allows both men to show new sides of themselves. Skeptics will fear that the alliance undermines the core rivalry that makes the young and the restless so iconic. Jack and Victor's feud is legendary. Why mess with perfection? Either way, fans will be glued to their screens, eager to see how this plays out. The larger picture. A new era for Genoa City. This alliance could signal a new era for the young and the restless. With Jack and Victor potentially uniting, the balance of power shifts dramatically. Suddenly, it's not Newman versus Abbott, it's Newman and Abbott against the world. For younger characters like Kyle, Summer, Adam, and Victoria, this might serve as a passing of the torch. The next generation could be forced to prove themselves against the united strength of Jack and Victor, or break free to carve their own empires. Final thoughts. Jack Abbott proposing an alliance to Victor Newman isn't just another spoiler, it's a seismic event that rewrites the rules of Genoa City. Whether it lasts a week, a month, or an entire season, this storyline promises power struggles, betrayals, and unexpected twists that will keep fans talking for years. In soap operas, alliances are rarely about trust, they're about strategy. And when it comes to Jack and Victor, strategy is everything. This proposal may be shocking, but it's also inevitable. Because in the end, the greatest rivals make the most dangerous allies. One thing's for sure, Genoa City will never be the same once Jack Abbott and Victor Newman stand side by side. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.